Hey, I'm Kevin.
I'm Russ.
And you're watching a special episode of Talking Trek, as we are
at the Rhode Island Comic Con.
This is, I forgot what year this is, but we've been doing this.
2018.
We're repeat offenders, obviously. And we're here just to shoot some fun footage, find out what's been going on over the past couple of days that they've been here. What are you looking forward to, Russ?
Some amazing cosplay, some really interesting stuff, and some interesting people.
So stay tuned as you are watching a special edition of Talking Trek 2018, the Rhode Island Comic Con. Stay tuned.
Come back this way and eat, so then we go that way. Maybe the day's hungry.
Nice hammer.
Welcome back to Rhode Island Comic Con 2018, and one of our favorite guests that we have an opportunity to speak to is Sue Soares, who does press for the Comic Con. How's it been this year?
Good, really good. It's been a busy show. Today's the last day, so things are starting to wind down, but we're still busy.
What have been the busiest areas of the Comic Con this year? Is it basically the special guests? Has it been some of the shows that you've had?
It's still always the guests. So like this year we have David Harbour from Stranger Things. We've got Kiefer Sutherland. Yep. We've got Gwendolyn Christie. We had Hayden Christensen yesterday. So yeah, the guests are always what brings everybody in.
Now, I ask you this question probably every other year. You see a lot of the cosplay folks who come in here. Has there been one or two different cosplay outfits that you've been like, wow, a lot of work has gone into that? Is there anything in particular that has stuck out to you? Or maybe a collection of certain, characters that we're seeing that's kind of, this year's type of thing?
It's weird because this year I don't know if it's just because I've been so busy, I haven't noticed as much cosplay this year, but I always see the bells. I'm a Disney fan, so the bells always attract my eye.
Okay. What is it about Belle? Does it seem like everybody stays with the classic design of Belle, or do you see...
Oh, I see all sorts of variations. It's amazing. I've seen steampunk Belle and horror Belle and slug Belle. And she actually called herself that.
No kidding.
She actually called herself that. So I've seen all sorts. It's amazing the different creativity, the creative ways people can, change costumes and, morph them into different themes and such. So
just to kind of wrap things up, so if you were to give this year's version of the biggest show in the littlest state, what would you give it for as overall as to how the show went, how the Comic-Con went this year?
We get bigger and better every year, so it's kind of hard to compare one to the other because we always do different things. So I love this year. I thought it's going really, really well, and we're getting bigger and better.
Excellent. This year, Sue Soares, who is with us. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks. Awesome. Thank you. Very cool. Now you yell. You're ruining date night.
Yeah, you're ruining date night. Me and Quinn have a really serious meeting.
We're good? Excellent. Guys, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
On the rings. Everything, once you put your hand on the bar, that's it.
Russ, there you go.
Give me a clenched fist. Can you flip him off, Russ?
All right. Right.
Okay.
Look at me.
Okay.
Okay, so I snapped my fingers and suddenly Nebraska disappeared, so I haven't figured that part yet. But I'm here with
Harry Bagdasarian.
great name, Harry. What is this thing I'm holding here for folks who may not know?
It's the Legend Series Infinity Gauntlet.
And why is it so popular?
Everyone loves it. Everyone saw the movie and they just want to have it. Famous line is, does it snap?
Okay. What's the Rhode Island Comic Con been like this year?
Not bad, not bad. I thought it was a little busier last year, but it's been so far so good.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about some of the stuff you have here on the table and behind you.
We sell a lot of Pokemon, Magic, Fortnite, which is going to be big for Christmas this year. We sell the shirts, the figures, the high-end figures over here. Pops with a Fortnite again, which is popular. And that's about it.
Why do you think Fortnite is so popular this year?
Because it's a free game in video. So it's free.
Okay. Any advice for first-time folks going to a Comic-Con, what they should buy, what they shouldn't buy, what they should avoid, what they should go for?
Depends on what they like. That's basically about it. Only buy what you think you want.
Okay, fair enough. And are you going to be going to any other Comic-Cons this year?
Yes. This is my 33rd this year.
Wow.
I've got 2 more left.
Okay. Where next?
Next is going to be Anime New York, and then after that, Louisville at the end of the month.
Without being biased here, which one's your favorite?
New York.
Okay.
It's the biggest show.
I was going to say, why?
It's the biggest show, attendance-wise.
Okay. Are you on the web?
I am not. No, I am not.
Okay, so they literally have to come here to see you.
Correct.
So that's important to know. Okay, thank you very much for the interview, and thank you for letting me borrow your gauntlet for a few moments.
Not a problem.
I promise I'll return Montana when I figure out what I did with it. Okay.
You look amazing, dude.
Thank you.
There you do. Why don't you get in? I'll show you a picture.
No, you get in and talk to him a little bit for me.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, do it.
Why we
Started
talking?
out as a puppy.
Actually, you know what? I need to go something.
There you go.
My wife is a bitch. It was a love story. It really was.
Oh my
Lady and the
gosh.
Tramp. We met over a bowl. It wasn't spaghetti. Toilet bowl.
Yeah.
Yep, I bought her a drink. The rest is history. 6 kids later. 6 kids.
Well, at least it wasn't 11.
Oh yeah, it was a litter.
So the genius of the Rhode Island Comic Con isn't necessarily just the guest stars that we see, but it's the characters you find, like my friend Barf here. Barf, I see you're roaming around. What's it been like here at the Comic Con this year?
Been awesome. Been awesome. People are friendly and everybody's terrific here. And we've had such a great time, amazing time.
If folks didn't know, what is your story? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm a Mog, man, half dog. I'm my own best friend. Fly around the galaxy in my Winnebago with my best friend. He's roaming around here somewhere, probably spending money that he doesn't have. He is a prince, though, prince among thieves. But yep, he's a talented guy, and we're looking for some good times.
How long did it take you to become Barf?
Probably about half an hour.
Really?
Half an hour. To put the makeup on and throw the costume on. Took me a few days to build it, and then find just the right pieces to add to it. But, yeah.
You don't find yourself getting into character and grabbing a milk bone here and there just to kind of, you know.
Nope. Not at all.
No, never?
Not at all. Nope.
Probably knowing that you're here not only to kind of showcase what you have, any other folks who are, you know, enjoying cosplay that you see like, oh, wow, that's pretty good.
There are a lot of people, a lot of great costumes out there, and if you like to see that stuff and you like that stuff, this is the place to be because they're all here and walking around.
Other than being here and being Barf, any special celebrities that you wanted to see or interact with, or it's just a matter of just being a part of the ambiance?
Tim Curry. I really wanted to meet Tim Curry just because I watched it the other day, and come on down, Georgie, and I wanted to meet him, but I don't know. We'll see if he's still here or the guys come and go. So we've got a 3-day pass, but I'm not sure if they're still here or not.
Well, I want to thank you very much for your time and joining us here on Talking Trek.
Great. Nice to be here and nice to meet you guys.
All right, we're going to walk around some more and enjoy the Rhode Island Comic Con, the latest episode of Talking Trek.
Well, if we find him, we find him. If we don't, we don't.
You are Jesus with a lightsaber.
Jesus. Jedi Jesus. Jesus.
Nice. That is one bitchin' outfit. I love the sneaks, Jesus.
Thank you. Yeah, long day of walking. Couldn't wear the sandals.
How are you enjoying Comic-Con so far?
I'm having a blast at Comic-Con so far. This is my first year. Everyone's nice. The vendors are great. I can't spend enough money here. It's bad. It's a problem, okay? It's a serious problem.
So, Jesus, where do you actually keep your wallet in that toga?
Well, it's a secret.
Ah! In the couple plenty, right? Well, I thank you so much for your time.
Happy to help. You have a great day.
Thank you so much.
There we go.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yes, so the father comes back.
All right, so we're back here at the Rhode Island Comic Con 2018 version, and other than some of the cosplay people, some of the special guests, the other cool thing is you get to talk to artists of all ages, all different types of styles. And we're with Lily, who it's Castile.
Castile.
Talk to us about being here. You're 14 years old. What's it like to be amongst some of your peers and give folks an opportunity to buy some of your renderings?
It makes me really happy because I worked really hard to get at this skill level at my age. I love comics and Marvel so much, so the fact that I get to sell at a Comic Con where Stan Lee has been himself is very heartwarming to me. I worked really hard to get here.
What are some of the renderings that you like to do? Is it strictly Marvel? Are you an anime type of person? What are some of the things that you like to craft?
My favorite is comic books. I'm working on a comic right now that I've actually been offered to be featured, and maybe published by next year. So I'll be selling it here. I'm really excited. My favorite is to draw comics, and I do like anime, so I incorporate some of that into my style, but most of all, I love comics.
Now, it seems as though you have a terrific hand when it comes to drawing and crafting your characters, but along with putting a comic book together is putting together a story and a storyline. Have you already kind of thought about what your storyline will be? And of course, if you have a hero, there's always a villain. So
Yeah.
how do you craft that story?
Well, I like to have my stories be out of the social norm. So, should I talk about, what I'm working on right now?
The camera loves you. Talk to it.
So, I'm working on a girl from LA. She's Latino. And she's a science experiment from her depressed father. So her father was a scientist who he wanted to perform experiments on people, and he was denied that right. So he experimented on his daughter, which the wife found out and broke up with him and moved to the other side of the state, to which he became depressed and started creating monstrosities to attack the city. And what she does when she can is she uses her power that she gained from her father to fight off the monsters. So she can metabolize weapons and shields from her. She has 2 ponytails, and one side is offense and one side is defense.
Wow, that's very good.
Thank you.
And so, what is the name of your hero?
That's the only thing I can't.
You're still
think of
working
yet.
on that, huh?
It's something simple, but it's going to mean a lot if this gets out. So I'm trying to think of something that is deserving.
Well, we want to thank you for enlightening our audience as to your abilities to be able to draw. 'Cause I'm lucky I can do stick figures myself, so I think it's fantastic. And congratulations! I know that it's been a success here this year. If folks want to follow you, do you have social media that they want to follow you as an artist?
Yeah, I have a card right here. I mostly use Twitter.
Hold that right up so the folks at home can see it.
I mostly use Twitter, but I also have Tumblr and now an Instagram, all by this username.
All right, coming to you live from the 2018 Rhode Island Comic Con. Of course, this is another edition, a special edition of Talking Trek. Stay tuned for more.
Let's keep exploring.
Okay, and we are here with.
Tim Estilos, and this is my art.
Okay, Tim, tell me, you have a rather unique approach to comic book art. Tell us about this exhibit and what you're doing here today.
Well, I like trying to do a whole lot of different types of art. I do everything from, the typical superheroes with, Spider-Man and Batman and that kind of thing. But I also like to maybe add sort of a kid's touch to some of them. Maybe take Dora the Explorer and draw her having a very bad day, where she's a little frowny and that kind of thing. And also, like I have here, maybe some video game stuff, or taking the Harley Quinn character and give it sort of a Disney-esque touch. So everything for the adults or the older fan, and then, a lot of stuff for the kids.
Okay, and how has this convention been going for you so far?
This convention's been going pretty good. A lot of people have been coming up. What you're looking for as an artist, you want people to buy your prints, but the best part is when somebody says, I want you to do a special custom commission for you. So like someone yesterday said that they liked Harley Quinn from Suicide Squad. So I did this in pencil. We'll put it a little bit closer for the lens there. And it was a lot of fun to be able to come up with something unique and original that they will hang up on their wall.
Very impressive stuff. How long does it take you to take an idea from your imagination from concept to finished product?
It varies. I know that's maybe not the best answer for you, but it's the accurate one. Sometimes I'll just take a piece of paper and sketch something out, and I might even do it in just a few moments, because I do some work drawing for some kids at a hospital nearby, and so I have a limited amount of time, so I'll draw something maybe in 5 or 10 minutes. Something of this nature over here, which was a commission for a special friend of mine that involved putting down a lot of markers and paints and a little bit of colored pencils. That project took maybe about 3 days to do. So from a few minutes to maybe even a few seconds to over days.
Okay. A lot of interesting cosplay we've seen here today. Has any of that inspired you for any future artwork?
I've seen a lot of cool cosplay at this show. Actually, there was a spate of comic conventions I was at recently, and I saw an amazing and interesting Wonder Woman in that she wasn't typically Wonder Woman. She was dressed with the tiara and the lasso and everything, but if you looked closer, the costume had all these different dots on them. She was Wonder Bread Woman.
Oh.
So she had the tiara, and you're like, wow, that's like an amazing Wonder Woman, but she's going to have
the Cool Whip of Truth?
Yeah. Oh, I see what you did there. I see what you did. That was funny. You check him out, man. He's funny. And so, yeah, it's that kind of humor that she brought to it, where it was, you look and then you realize, hey, there's something really cool there that's like a superhero genre, and yet they put their own little cosplay spin to it. So those are the ones that I really like.
Okay. Where do you go from here? Where's your next exhibit going to be at?
Actually, I'm going to be taking it easy for a little bit because we've had the summertime, starting in the spring through the summer. I've had maybe 4 or 5 conventions that I go to.
Very busy.
It's been busy. One was just in Salem, where I set up at a comic book store the week and before Halloween, and there was a lot of people coming in for that. This is the show that I started at, my very first convention 5 years ago,
So
and
this
I
has
love
a warm
this one.
place in your heart.
It does. And then over the winter, I'm just going to be cranking out new art and working on the pieces that I got commissioned for here.
Speaking of which, I got to ask, for folks who can't see you today, and obviously this is recorded, how can they reach you through the internet?
I am on all kinds of social media, so you can find me at Timestilos, Timestiloz, and I am on Twitter. I am on Instagram. You can find me on YouTube, and you can also find me on Facebook at Timestilos Art. So basically, I brand my name as where you can find me. Google my name, and you'll find all kinds of surprises. Hopefully, it's not anything too bad.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much.
It's been a pleasure. Bye.
Thank you.
Will save 2 lives.
All right, welcome back to the Rhode Island Comic Con. Earlier we got a chance to speak with Sue Soares, and this is another gentleman who does some extensive work for the Comic Con, and that's Joe Bruin. Joe not only doing press, but Joe also has his own booth here. Man who's had a chance to meet a lot of different people, work with a lot of different people. Joe, for folks who don't know who you are, tell us a little bit about yourself.
So today I've got a booth this weekend here at the Comic Con, and it's a great experience. I've been a part of every one. Here with a guest, here as press, whatever it may be, different capacities. I run the New England Fan Fest every year, every June, here in New England, and we have wrestling stars, boxing, MMA, you name it. I do the allaccessentertainment.com. We travel around like yourself and grab some interviews with the stars and the locals and just get a good feel of what's going on and help promote the local events and what's going on in the community, most importantly.
What has it been like this year? Give me your assessment as to how this Comic-Con stacks up with the past Comic-Cons.
So Rhode Island Comic Con in general is my favorite out of them all. Always near and dear to my heart, been here since the first one, like I said. So obviously there's growing pains each year. They're tweaking things each year. So this year moving the Q&A panels into the Omni Hotel, and of course switching it up here in this building, the Convention Center, just kind of figuring out where the celebrities are going to go. I think it worked out pretty well, having the celebrities separate and not together with the artists and the merchandise. When you have everything in one big room, it looks great as far as the crowd goes, but then again, it also becomes a little too much. So a little more spread out this year, and I think they did a good thing. It's good.
Who have you had a chance to interact with, talk with this year, as you've been walking around taking pictures, getting photos? Who have you had a chance to talk with?
So LeVar Burton, a childhood icon pretty much.
Sure.
Grew up watching him, of course, with Reading Rainbow and then Star Trek Next Generation. So for me, that was a highlight, meeting him, and had a short conversation. Obviously, lines are flowing, so you got to be quick. We spoke off camera. And of course, Nathan Jones, former pro wrestler, turned actor. He was also a power lifter, standing 7 feet tall, flew in from Australia. It's his first New England appearance ever. And, he's been in Mad Max Fury Road and Fearless with Jet Li and a whole list of to films. So it was a treat to have him at my booth this weekend and be a part of that. And honestly, caught up on film with a lot of the artists. You know, it's important to kind of showcase what they're doing and some of the work they do. Interviewed a gentleman, Larry, who actually sculpts everything by hand. He was working on it at the booth today, and just phenomenal work. And you know, when you start talking to these guys, you realize, you know, not only are they doing the stuff they're presenting now, but you know, this guy worked for Kenner for 10 years. He molded the Star Wars figures, and just, you know, a wealth of knowledge. So to interview people like that, that's what I'm into, and I enjoy seeking out the rarities like that.
So as it's winding down, what does Joe Bruin do at the end of these Comic Cons? Are you looking to the next one? Whether it's Rhode Island in 2019, what do you do?
Well, for me personally, you know, as you said, we're on the final day, so I've been here since Thursday morning around 7 a.m., just getting set up at the booth and whatnot, preparing for interviews. But always looking forward to, you know, they start announcing guests in advance like I do at the Fan Fest. So mentally just kind of grabbing some notes, okay, I want to interview this guy, or I want to meet this guy. But I'm always here for the full weekend. So Rhode Island Comic Con delivers each year. It seems to get just a little bit bigger. And I don't honestly know how they could top it. You know, they've already gone into 3 facilities. You know, how could they expand beyond that? And the top tier talent, obviously, the Dunkin' Donuts Center this year again. But I say that every year, and they do it every year. So looking forward to see what they produce, and guaranteed I'll be here.
Folks want to find out more of whether it's you share some of the footage and the coverage that you did this year.
Sure.
Some of the other things you work on. How can they find out more?
So allaccessentertainment.com is the website, or All Access Entertainment on Facebook. Check that out. We also filmed the ribbon cutting ceremony for Comic Con to kick it off here. That'll be on there as well. All the interviews and everything will be right there, allaccessentertainment.com, and it's access with 2 X's.
Yes, as you can see, this is the end of the show. It's the end of the line. Actually, it's the end of the line for folks who are seeking autographs and looking to meet some of their favorite stars. And we, myself and Russ, are happy to say thank you for tuning into this special episode of Talking Trek. Anything you want to say in closing, Russ?
Yeah, I want to thank Amy and I want to thank Paul for helping us today to shoot this show. So,
anything that you enjoyed about today's adventure? What did you enjoy? Tell me.
The cosplay I thought was pretty amazing. There's some really cool outfits out there, and a lot of neat items for sale, and a lot of celebrities at the show. A lot of celebrities compared to previous ones.
Yeah, especially the original, well, I don't want to say original, but Hayden Christensen, of course, Anakin Skywalker, which was pretty cool. Kiefer Sutherland attended this year. So, as always, Rhode Island does a great job. I'm Kevin.
I'm Russ.
And that's another special Talking Trek from the 2018 Rhode Island Comic Con.